know that I can't wait to get a taste of that food either. But time for now for our Hampton Road Show Pet Pal of the Week. This is Francie. She's a sweet little girl from the Norfolk Animal Care Center. She's about 10 years old and is part of the Golden Paws Senior Adoption Program. She's had a tough time, but she's healthy and such a gentle little soul. If you'd like to make Francie a part of your family, get in touch with the folks at the Norfolk Animal Care Center at 441-5505 or visit Norfolk.gov/NACC. And you want to know why she's wearing her sundress? You'll have to find out. Saturday is NACC's 6th annual Dogs Gone Swimming and Adoption event, and that's why she's got the sundress on. It's loads of fun for the dogs because they get to go for a swim, compete in a doggy swimsuit contest. You left your swimsuit at home, Francie? And play doggy games and lots more. Humans will have a good time, too, with the Tidewater Dock Dogs demonstrations, Kid Corner, food and refreshments, and arts and crafts. There will also be adoptable pets, microchipping, grooming, and low-cost vaccinations. It's from 10 to 3 on Saturday at the Norfolk Fitness and Wellness Center on Newport Avenue. You can call 441-5505 or visit friendsofnacc.com for information, schedule events, and more. It's all about the little things and the fine motor skills that we all need for everyday life. Coming up, Allison Christine from Keystone Educational Services is here to talk about fine motor skills, what they are, and how they are developed. And it's time now for today's pop quiz trivia. Get your thinking caps on. Today's winner will receive a pair of passes to Hallow Scream at Busch Gardens in Williamsburg, now open weekends through October 26th. It's a $150 value, and here's the question. Where would you find the oldest national library in the world? Russia, France, or Austria? If you know the answer, log on to thehamptonroadshow.com and click on the Pop Quiz Trivia box on our homepage to enter. Good luck, everyone.
In the buzz.
Huh? What? Huh?
Kitchen, Chris,
What?
kitchen.
What did she just say? Huh?
If you could stand up for just a
Oh,
minute.
oh, okay.
We're going to add the second chair for...
Oh, okay.
You did great.
Oh, thanks.
Count to 5 in your normal speaking voice, please. Then
Okay.
we'll do that check.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Welcome back to the Hampton Road Show, everybody. We're back in the kitchen with the one and only Chef Bob Hirasawa from Farm Fresh. Today he's making the Farm Fresh Crab Cake Trifecta sandwich. It just sounds delicious, Bob.
Well, good. We'll make it delicious.
We'll make it
mean,
delicious.
You'll do this job. You know, I always put you
Once
to work.
again,
Right,
it's
okay.
going to put me to work, which is
Absolutely.
cool because I've learned a lot being in the kitchen with you, too.
Well, good. I'm glad you did.
Today's Why are you doing the trifecta? What is your inspiration for this?
Well, basically, I want to showcase the different crabs that we do offer here at Farm Fresh, and so rather than everybody does a crab cake,
Right.
And this area, rightfully so, everybody does a blue crab,
Right.
But we also offer the snow crab and Dungeness in our stores, and we just want to kind of show that you can put it all together.
And we're going to combine all three together for this.
Combine all three together and put on a sandwich. Teaming it up with a little bit of Munster cheese on top. We'll talk about that a little later, but we're going to do some country ham, and we have a summer coleslaw from our deli.
But it's all about the crab, isn't it?
That's where it all starts.
All
and
right.
we're going to get you started on this
Let's do
right
this.
away. First off, you want to make the binder or make the filling for the crab.
Okay.
The crab meat. Really want to call it filler. We want to be careful. It's just binding. We're going to start with some eggs.
Okay.
Cracked eggs in there.
So all three?
All three. Yep.
All right.
No shells.
No shells.
You don't want the shells.
All right.
Okay.
1, 2, and 3.
Right. And go ahead and beat those.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
And
so,
then we're going to add the mayonnaise in there. And basically what we're going to do is mayonnaise. We got some little Dijon mustard.
all of it?
Yep. Go ahead. I already pre-measured that for you.
Okay.
So the Dijon mustard for a little bit of flavor balance on that. There you go. Okay. And then you got
All the mustard?
all the mustard.
Okay, so 3 eggs, mayonnaise, and Dijon.
Right. And we got some Old Bay here for flavor.
Gotta have
Got to
it.
have the Old Bay.
Big
This
fan
is
of the Old
Chesapeake
Bay,
Bay.
for sure.
And then we got some fresh chopped parsley.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go ahead and show them what we're going to do on a fresh lemon. Okay. What you want to do is when you want to get the juice out of the lemon, press it and roll it.
Okay, press and roll.
Okay,
Are you going to cut that sucker, or are you just going to squeeze it? What are you
No,
going to do?
you're going to cut it.
Oh, I
and
didn't
you're
see the
gonna
knife
squeeze
there.
it.
I was
There you
like,
go.
what are we doing with this thing?
Okay.
Okay,
And
so,
then squeeze that lemon in there.
all right.
There you go.
I was like, what are we going to do? There's no knife. Or there is. Okay.
Okay.
So there's 1 and 2. Very
An important part about making this, and whenever you make crab cake, you want to go ahead and blend this mixture here, the binding mixture here, and then you're going to fold the crab meat in there. It's got a little bit of panko to help tie
Now
it together.
just bring it together.
Bring it all together.
All right.
Mix that up.
Looks good.
Okay. And just get that all mixed up first. Then you want to gently kind of fold in the crab meat. Okay.
All right, well,
So-
you say gently fold it in. I'm just sitting here dumping stuff.
You're
Now,
good.
you don't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to do that, do you?
Well, these are a little more shredded, so you're going to go dump these first. Okay.
All right, so-
There you go. Dump.
Now, which crab is that?
That was the Dungeness claw meat.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have the snow crab. And the only work you have to do with it is buy them in the cluster, and then you got to take them out of the, okay? And then as you've always seen, the back fin is usually always in a pre-cooked and pulled
Packaged.
package.
Right.
And you can go and fold that in.
Okay.
See, right now what you want to do is just gently kind of pull it together so you don't break up too much of the clusters.
Okay, so am I handing
Sure,
it?
go
I'm
ahead,
jumping
go
in with the
ahead. Yeah,
hands?
go ahead.
I like this.
Just
This is
enough
the
to
fun
get
part
that.
right
Yeah.
here.
And I'm going to get some butter and oil started here. And the oil is just to keep the butter from burning. Okay.
Okay. So that's like the real deal right there, man.
Right.
That's like a lot of crab.
Well, there's a lot of people here, right?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
Okay, so looks
that
like it's
kind
all
of-
together.
It all comes together, and then just go ahead. I'm going to use a scoop just
You
for
scoop it up.
ease purposes, and we're just going to take a scoop like that and just put that right in here. Okay, and just fry them up.
Okay, my gloves are off, so now it's up to you, Bob.
Okay, and I'm going to do that on here. Do a few just to get us going. Okay.
Now, I mean, now obviously we put the ingredients together to bind it together. Is there any
Right.
problem keeping it together? Because if I did this at home, it'd be all over the place.
No, it actually, all the egg and everything in there, once we cook
Mm-hmm.
this all the way through, we'll keep it all together.
Okay.
For you. Okay, and then we're going to do is the brown on this side, flip it over, and then I'm going to put a slice of Munster cheese on there. That also gives a little flavor. I used to do it just because doing large batches, kind of helps to keep it all together, but it kind of gives a little flavor to it.
Okay,
And
so we will show that part of the segment in the next segment.
And yeah, we'll team it up. We'll build a sandwich. We'll put a little sauce on there, and ready to go.
Wow, Bob is bringing it today in the kitchen. Thanks, Bob. We'll finish this up in the next segment.
What are fine motor skills and why are they important, especially for children? Allison Christine from Keystone Educational Services is here now to explain. Welcome to the show. Tell me, what are fine motor skills and why are they so important? A lot of people don't understand exactly what they are.
It's true. I think it's something that people hear the term a lot, but they don't fully understand what it means. And really, it's just referring to the small muscle development. It could be the hands, the feet, and your face, but usually in education, we're referring to the hands. And these are skills that are important. They're necessary for children to learn how to use scissors, to draw, to write, and really to grasp any small object appropriately.
Okay, so what are some of the activities that you do with children, small children, to encourage that development?
Well, there's really a lot of activities to do, but some of the fun ones are letting children just cut whatever they want to cut. Let them cut magazines, cut paper until their heart desires. You know, you can also let them go cut large objects out of a magazine, then move to smaller objects as they get better and better. That really perfects those skills. You can have them use Mr. Pointer and trace. And Mr. Pointer likes all the attention, so all of his other friends need to go away. They can trace numbers, letters, words, shapes, tracing in paint, dirt, shaving cream on a table. That's a fun one. It cleans the table at the same time. And they can trace with their finger and get the motions. They can trace in the air. Also doing things like playing with Play-Doh, stringing beads, using tweezer-like objects to pick things up and put them down really helps those skills as well.
Now, a lot of times as parents, you know, we're not really thinking about, are they developing exactly correct? You know, you just figure they're going to pick it up naturally. So at what point might you say, you know, they're at an age where they're not getting it, there may be a delay here?
Sure. Well, I just want to emphasize, first of all, it is so important to consult with your pediatrician if you feel like there's truly a delay with your child. There's a lot of information out there, a lot of resources and websites that truly look legitimate. I've been very surprised to find some information that is extremely inaccurate, and so it's really important to do that. The only website I can actually acknowledge that is current and factual is the American Academy of Pediatrics website at healthychildren.org. They'll give you milestones and red flags to look for. So for instance, some of those things would be if your child is 3 to 4 years old and they are unable to grasp a pencil between their thumb and their fingers, it's something you might want to consult with a pediatrician about. If they are between 4 and 5 and they're really struggling to take their clothes off, if they cannot wash and dry their hands independently, if they're unable to brush their teeth efficiently, that's something else that you might want to consult with your pediatrician about.
Right, but overall, like, these are things that they'll just start to naturally pick up as they progress, and then...
They do naturally pick them up. It's just that the more that you can give them the opportunity to explore those things and really work those muscles, they're going to pick it up even faster, especially when they're learning how to write.
All right. So, and you guys also have events over there. So if you want more information about Keystone Educational Services, they have Saturday math sessions for grades 6 to 12. That's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's very affordable. For more information, go to keystone-edu.com. And for more information on fine motor skills and occupational therapy, contact Lauren Rice with Dominion Education Center at Chesapeake Bay Academy at 497-6200 or visit cba-va.org. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
All right, nice job right there. Okay, listen, week 2 of the NFL season kicks off tonight. The Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to play. They are big-time rivals, and it's interesting because it is the Ravens who are in the spotlight this week.
What are you talking about? No one's been talking about the Ravens.
Well, obviously,
Really?
well, maybe not the Ravens, but the way everything has been handled with the Ray Rice case. And now the question is, and I understand why some people are saying, why are people asking about Roger Goodell? Here's the thing. He is the commissioner of the league, and,
at the
and
end of the
he
day,
has
he's
to handle so many important questions and decisions that are made. And ever since he took over the job, he has usually handed things down with swift justice, and really been a stern advocate for, if you make a mistake, you're going to pay the price. Well, now he made a mistake. The question is, does he pay the price? We're asking you, should Roger Goodell either be fired or resign from his job because of the way he handled the Ray Rice case? Sticky question. Mike B says, no, this isn't about Roger Goodell. The NFL office shouldn't have to make the rules like this. It should be every contract that if you do something stupid that embarrasses an organization, the team, there will be consequences.
Is in their contracts.
After all, in real life, if he broke the law and embarrassed the place I work, I probably wouldn't have a job. Now, Brandon says, congratulations, media. You've successfully made this about Roger and not about domestic violence at all. This isn't about Roger, but since America likes to hold people accountable, let's all go in. Swear I'm looking like Brian Cowles. Okay, here's the thing. When something like this happens in the National Football League, it's a chance to make a stance, not just about the NFL or the league, but about domestic violence. I mean, everyone's talking about it now because of how it was handled. If Roger Goodell came down hard, then maybe it would do something to stop domestic violence,
Maybe.
not promote it in any way.
And this is
They only gave him 2 games, which
Right.
almost was like a slap on the wrist. But now that the
Right.
video came out, suspended indefinitely.
Well, I like what James said. The whole thing was handled poorly. If I were Rice and they had all the information and changed my suspension after the fact, I'd sue. It still doesn't make what he did right. It was cowardly and despicable, but the NFL did what it usually does, screw up. I still don't know how Ray Lewis and Michael Vick were allowed to keep playing.
Well, there are plenty of players in the league right now who are found guilty of domestic violence who are still playing.
Well, yeah, and then Ray Lewis had some other charges, but that goes a little way more back.
we
We're not
could
even going to go
we
there
will
right
talk
now.
more about
but
it as we go ahead.
It's a very sticky situation. We'll have to see what happens to Roger Goodell.
All right, still ahead on the Hampton Road Show, we're talking with the folks from the Wounded Warrior Project about the Virginia Beach Soldier Ride, a very special event for service members and veterans to come together for health and healing.
But first, we're talking with attorney Paul Hernandez from Calfus Enactment about distracted driving and how using a cell phone behind the wheel can lead to a serious criminal offense.
And don't forget our pop quiz. Today's winner will receive a pair of passes to Hallow Scream at Busch Gardens in Williamsburg. Now open weekends through October 26th. It's a $150 value. Log on to thehamptonroadshow.com and click on the pop quiz button on the top right-hand corner of your screen to enter.
Five seconds, stand by.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's right around the corner. Our live audience today is here to tell us about the upcoming Making Strides Against Breast Cancer event and how you can join in the fight against breast cancer. This is Veronica Weymouth with more. Thank you for being here. Tell me about this event.
Well, thank you for having us. This is the American Cancer Society's breast cancer signature event. And what we're doing is we're having a 5K non-competitive walk at the Mariners Museum in Newport News. It's October 11th. The walk starts at 10 o'clock. Registration starts at 9. And you can go online if you want to register now. You can go to Making Strides Walk /Peninsula.
And so how long have you guys been doing this? Is this an annual event?
This is our third year, so we're very excited because our very first year, it was the day of Sandy, and we still had 1,000 people come out.
Oh, wow.
Last year, it rained the whole time, and we had about 1,400 people come out. And so we're hoping maybe 1,500, 1,600 people.
Okay, and it looks like you have a little bit more going on there than just the walk.
Absolutely. So it is a fundraiser. So we want people ahead of time to start raising funds through their churches, create a team through family and friends, through coworkers. And so they do the fundraising ahead of time. When they get there, the things that make this walk, we think, unique is that at the beginning of the walk, we have a 50-foot pink ribbon.
Oh, wow.
So we want everybody to come decked out in pink. And we get everybody in the ribbon and we take an aerial shot. So it's kind of neat to see from the first year to the second year how much we've grown based on the pink ribbon.
And tell me about the atmosphere. Who are some of the people that participate in this?
Well, we have a lot of churches. We have a lot of companies, Canon, W&M Jordan. There are some of our flagship sponsors, Riverside, and they've all created teams that are going to be out there. The other fun part about it is we're going to have entertainment along the route.
Oh, really? What type of entertainment?
So we're going to have the DJ starts us out, and then we're going to have the Annie Wade band halfway. And then on your way back, we're going to have a bluegrass band halfway through. So it's festive. It's like a
festive,
carnival
and something the
atmosphere.
whole family can get into.
Exactly. And it's a non-competitive walk. So you don't have to be this fit runner or walker. You can just come out and leisurely take the walk.
Okay, sounds like a good time. I love the way this audience looks. You guys are wearing your pink, wearing it early, getting ready for October. The Making Strides Against Breast Cancer event is Saturday, October 11th. It starts at 10 a.m. at the Mariners Museum in Newport News. For registration and information, go to makingstrideswalk.org/peninsula. Thanks for being here.
According to Drive Smart Virginia, distracted driving is related to 80% of traffic crashes in Virginia, and cell phones are the #1 distraction for drivers. If a cell phone distraction leads to a crash, you could face enhanced criminal charges. Here now to tell us more is attorney Paul Hernandez from Calfus Enactment. Paul, welcome back to the Hampton Road Show. Obviously, we all know that distracted driving is a big problem, a major problem, but if you get caught and if you do something wrong, you could really pay the price.
You could, but we definitely know that distracted driving is the #1 reason for car wrecks, period. And we also know that using a smartphone is the worst of the distractions that cause the most and the most severe wrecks. But what people don't know, assume you get in a motor vehicle accident and you hurt somebody badly. You may get charged with following too close, running a red light, reckless driving. However, if there is an ability to prove that there was a willful or wanton action, such as total distraction by using your cell phone, doing something on Facebook, those charges can get aggravated to involuntary manslaughter, aggravated involuntary manslaughter, and some of those have jail times up to 20 years. Things we have no idea just by using a cell phone.
Now, is that the case of enhanced criminal charges? Is that what they are?
Exactly. It's an enhanced criminal charge. And it all came about by, just lately, it was just in the news of a young lady in North Dakota who was driving with her grandmother, and she was on Facebook while she was driving.
Okay.
She wrecks into the back of a vehicle. She kills her grandmother. Bad enough already.
That's awful.
It was proven that she was on her cell phone. Now she has negligent homicide charges against her.
You mentioned it was proven. How can it be proven in court of law?
Well, it's very difficult for the police to do it at this present time. Some new case law just came down. But if there's the ability for them to be able to look at your cell phone, if it's not password protected, if somebody shows it to them and it shows that they were on, or you were on the cell phone at the time or using the smartphone at the time, it may be used against you.
I guess the bottom line is use good judgment when you're driving. Try to stay off your phone. Be careful of distracted driving. It's just not cell phones. It's so many other ways as well.
It's all types of distraction, but
Yeah.
the cell phones are by far the worst.
Your advice to anyone who might have problems with this?
Of course, you got. If you've ever been involved in an accident and you think somebody was on the cell phone when it happened, give us a call. We do this every day, all day.
Okay. Also, Calfus Enactment is involved with the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer event in Hampton Roads that we just heard about, and the ladies look great in their pink. Talk about Calfus Enactment's involvement. I see
Right.
that.
Well, we're not the largest sponsor. We just started sponsoring it this year. We're very excited for it. We're going to have some people out there. It's a great cause. We encourage everybody to attend. Additionally, hopefully we're out here. Hopefully it won't rain. It'll be a wonderful event.
Right.
But we plan on being partners with them in the future as well.
If you have any questions for Paul Hernandez, you can reach him at Calfus Enactment, legalmatters.calfusenactment.com, or give them a call on the Hurt line, 1-800-HURT-LINE, and download the Califas Enactment iPhone app. You never know when you will need it. As always, great advice, Paul Hernandez. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks, Chris.
Coming up on the Hampton Roads Show, meet a young woman who is taking full advantage of the culinary skills she gained through the Virginia Peninsula Food Bank. We'll introduce you to Chef Dawn Diva, a top graduate of their culinary training program. Here's another look at Francie, our Hampton Roads Show Pet Pal of the Week from the Norfolk Animal Care Center. She's had some tough times, but she's healthy and sweet and ready to go home today. Get in touch with the folks at the Norfolk Animal Care Center at 441-5505 or visit Norfolk.gov/NACC if you'd like to make Francie a part of your family.